Good morning. This is day 0. I'm actually on day 1 now. My stem cell transplant was yesterday, and that is classified as day 0, as I touched on briefly in the message yesterday. So the process yesterday was to go and give my bloods at 8:30 in the morning. And what that showed, what they showed were that my hydration levels were quite low, which had my kidney function was needed a little bit flushing out. So I can tell you now, please drink plenty of water, because otherwise you're going to be sitting with a drip of saline solution going through your PICC line for 4 hours. It was yesterday, after the stem cell transplant, which was successful. So I'll go into that now. So I turned up at 1 o'clock, to get prepped up for the stem cell transplant, which was to commence around about 2:10 yesterday. And they prep you up. The stem cells themselves have got to be gravity fed into your bloodstream. So they do put a cannula here or wherever, but mine was in this vein here. They need a quite large vein to go into, so it could be in one of these here, but then that's quite difficult to sit, with the cannula in for it's a good hour, an hour and a half for the cells to actually to get in there. So I turned up. They put the cannula in, give a couple of flushes, and put some Piriton, some antihistamine into my bloodstream through the PICC line. So that one was opened up, so I had tubes coming in here and tubes coming out here, which is no big deal. And that Piriton is for the if you get any reaction to the preservative that they put into the stem cells when they put them into deep freeze. So the preservative does two things. You can have a little bit of a reaction, which is why they give you the antihistamine, Piriton in this case, and that can make you feel a little bit dizzy because it's quite a high dose, and I must admit I did feel a little bit dizzy, but you're on the bed at that point, so it doesn't really matter. So I had the antihistamine, and then they started defrosting my stem cells, which they do in a little, they get all the bags out, do all of the checks. There's 2 nurses there, and they actually defrost them in a water bath, which is heated beside you. And then once that's done, they hook you up. In my experience on this one, because they had been defrozen and they'd just defrosted, they were a little bit cooler than the other fluids that they were putting into me. And the cannula did, on my arm here, it did start to feel, and you do get a little bit of discomfort and a little bit of pain, but I just sort of kept my hand over it to keep it a little bit warmer, and that seemed to get rid of it. So there was 2 bags of stem cells. First one went in over about half an hour, 40 minutes, and the second one went in about half an hour. And then, like I say, they needed to put me on a saline drip, just to flush my kidneys through, because the melphalan from day -1, if you remember that one, does sort of cause havoc with your body, and you do need to please just keep very well hydrated, because you will be spending more time on the bed. I spent from 1:30 yesterday to 6:30 last night, just because I had not hydrated myself enough, and then it took 4 hours for the saline bag, which is a pretty boring lie on a bed, to be quite honest, even with Facebook and all of that. So yeah, make sure you take some newspapers or some some magazines just to keep you occupied. Okay, there's a couple of things out of yesterday's note that I left that might have confused you. I think that I said amnesia instead of anemia. It's anemia, not amnesia. I didn't start and forget things. I am a little bit like that. And PICC is a peripherally inserted central catheter. That's what that PICC line is there, and it goes into a vein there, and like I said, it drops into a vein just in your chest here, and that's so they don't have to keep giving you, keep stabbing you, as I put it. They don't have to keep putting cannulas in you every day. And that's it really. Main message for today, for day 0 on your stem cell transplant and day -1, is to keep well hydrated, because your body needs it, and you need to flush all of that horrible stuff out of you. And that's it. I'll speak to you again. Cheers. Bye bye.